God, Norse God for Tor, stay, torsdag in Swedish. So, and it could be a storm in a teacup or in a tea mug. Could ventilate things, and also talking about the good life, including tea. Here I have a sweatshirt called Got Tea Party, and that's play with words. Got is short name, the aviation name, airplane or place for Gothenburg. So got, but also that you have a got tea party. It's the teapot there and the character of a lion. That's also the symbol for Gothenburg in Sweden. So now I have got the badge, very important person badge. Thanks to Team Taps for giving that, and thanks again for Aline Smith introducing me to this service. So now I have a VIP status on this platform. And with that you could have all kind of badges. For example, if you have a professional journalist, you can have a journalist badge. I call myself a citizen journalist, an e-media advisor. You could also now sponsor me on a regular basis, and then default there is you have buy me coffee. So that's why I wrote in the headline, buy coffee for a very important person. As you know, I drink coffee for a record, like espresso with milk and different versions of that. Also con with some good stuff in it, but mainly I'm a tea drinker. Here I'm looking at my phone at the same time, using a service called Ulysses in order to have some show notes, you could call it. Now trying to do this setup, now I'm using my iPad and it's leaning on the keyboard, and then I also have my mobile booth that I'm doing for recording, and I'm using the iRig Miccast, and then I use the connection here, the fiber, and it says it's great right now. So I hope that the thing that I have to fix is the lighting. I have a spotlight going up in the straight up here, so maybe I should have this emergency or prepper light, something like that. Maybe in the future you could have a green screen also. Right now you see a poster. I have the same thing, but I have a sweatshirt, collared shirt, and that's created by editorial cartoonist and fine artist Jan Cox, jancoxart.com, and wearing my Ego Netcast cap. So, I like Eileen Smith's saying with beautiful people, and that her outro message there of every broadcast. And you also have your finding your voice. As I often say, you have a podcast inside you, the same as you have a book inside you. And I have written my first book on tea, on black tea, illustrations by Jan Cox. And yesterday I talked about Economist, will inflation return? And my short answer was yes, due to the fact that it's often based on the fiat money system and not a gold standard, objective standard. So one thing you could do is, as I said, taking note cards here by model.1927, creating nice cards that you could write notes for. So that could be a thing for the future, daily comment, and then coming from a thought that I've written down in the morning. So again, you could support now my work by hit the yellow button called Support Martin. And it's if you're, as I am, an Apple fanboy, please tell me if you could see it in the application or in a browser, because it could be something that it's connecting, it wants to connect directly to Apple Pay. So in the future it will be connected to PayPal, my PayPal, and you could go to paypal.me/my last name, Lindeskog, if you want to hit the tip jar. And as a fun note, you could say I have a premium account on a service called Ko-fi, and when I want, because the standard default setting was that you said buy Lyceum a coffee, so I have paying, I think it's $5 per month, and then you could have buy Lyceum a tea instead. So this service is costing me money, and there I listing how much it cost me every month to doing podcasting. It's about around $150 per month, with hosting, domains, different kind of post-production tools, long distance recording, etc. So now I'll take a sip here of a tea called Ki-Moon black tea. And the coffee there, ko-fi.com, is maybe it's something pronunciation of coffee. And do you remember Trump? Didn't he tweet something about coffee? Or maybe it was coverage. It was COVFEFE. And some people have said, I read an article in Independent in UK, the magazine there, newspaper, is maybe it's a code name for Soviet or Russia. So coffee, F-E-F-E. And I got a home moment here when I did the first time, and this is trial and error. I like the settings here, doing it the simple way, and now it's say it's good. It's 2 bars of free here, so I hope the connection is good. Doing a short broadcast on a regular basis based on blog categories with my friend Palle, made up for our site called teaparty.nu. New is now in Swedish. We don't have that site anymore, but it was a great idea to start blogging about tea and connecting tea enthusiasts. And he came up with the idea to have on every day you have a category, so you could write something. So for example, Monday is an open thread post, so then we could say what you're thinking today or what you're thinking about, picture or something like that, or start of the week. Tuesday could be Tuesday Tech. Wednesday could be Wednesday Rap, and also shout out to individuals out there in cyberspace. For Thursday is like now for Thursday or Torsdag in Swedish, as I said. Hammer, ventilate something. And it could also be Thursday, tea Thursday, or Thursday, but you are thirsty, drinking tea. Friday is as a free thinker and not a religious person, so-called atheist. You could say, thank God it's Friday, like the food chain. And then on Saturday you could have a Saturday night live party, drinking tea or some other beverages. And on Sunday it's the enlightenment, thinking about the week have passed and planning for the future, the upcoming week, doing your weekly planning on a card. So that could be something that I'm thinking short and sweet, like 5, 10, 15 minutes maximum. Now it's all about 9, 10 minutes here. So something that I write down in a notebook or on a paper, thinking on paper, or on the cards, as I said, by mod.1927. So that's my take. What do you think about that? Would you be interested to watch it, listen to it, subscribe to it, and spread the good word? And support me in different ways. And also, then you could give awards if you subscribe, and then if you use my link, Lyceum link on HAPS, then you will get 100 coins that you could give to me or somebody else, or using for the future. So, what's more? Yeah, that's a question. I'm drinking tea. That's my favorite beverage. What's your favorite beverage? What do you like to drink? And when is good time to broadcast? for you as a subscriber. Then it's, of course, it's a global thing here, so it's around the world. I was thinking of doing it in the morning. I'm not a morning person, I'm more like a night owl. So I'm trying to, my alarm is going off on 6 a.m. Central European time. But maybe I should do an afternoon session, so then it will be afternoon tea with Martin. Cheers. So when you, as I studied in New England, then in New England on the East Coast, when you are waking up, and on the West Coast, or maybe I should say it, joke, left coast, you are having a wake-up call there. And we will talk more about that in the future, what's going on in California. And we have a funny setting here in Gothenburg that we joke with that this is the best coast, west best, sounding like the same. And on the east coast is the backside, and that's the capital city there, Stockholm. So maybe that's the same thing in other places around, but you joke about that, where you're coming from. So do you have a favorite place in the world? And with that, I say thank you very much for joining me and watching. And I see some in the screen here. I'll see if I could click on that and who's coming there, but I can't chat live. Yeah, writing test, return. So yeah, it's coming up. So with that, it's about 11-12 minutes. So I'll talk soon again, and I will think about what's, thank God this Friday, what that could be about. So with that, I say cheerio and talk soon again. Cheers. Bye for now.